Okay, we are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Angelspeakers TV. I'm Terry Miller, and I have two guests with me in the studio today, and we're going to talk about angels because you're on Angelspeakers TV. So what else will we talk about, right? So happy Monday to Lisa Joe out in California and to Danny. And Danny, I forget where you're at, honey. I'm sorry.
I'm in
But good
Milwaukee,
morning.
Wisconsin.
Ooh, is it cold up there?
Oh, it's starting to get chilly, but it's just perfect for me. I'm not a heat person, so I'm enjoying the cool.
Awesome. Hi, Lisa Joe.
Hi everyone, how are you? And it's still early here. It's just now 8 o'clock, but I have some water to wet the whistle, and I'm ready to go.
Awesome. Well, thank you both for being with me. We wanted to share with you, many of you may already be aware that I have a book that's published called Time Heals. And in this book, in chapter 5, there's a whole chapter on archangels. Well, on angels, but specifically on archangels. And it goes into depth about several of these angels, and so you can get to know them better. You know, I've spent a lot of time getting to know the archangels, and the one that really, I think probably everybody is familiar with, Michael, and I call him my main man.
Yes.
Because he's the protector angel. He's the one that I feel is always with me. I call him in, and when I went to start the show this morning, my computer just said, this ain't gonna happen. So I had to reboot, and it was taking a while, and I'm looking at the
Well,
Uh-oh.
Terry, she may be back with us in a few minutes.
started rolling,
Oh,
and
there
it just started, yeah.
we lost
So
you, and then you came back.
Yeah, that's why they're there. You know, it's like we can call on them for so many things. And so Lisa Joe and Danny have prepared something for us, some information on some angels, because like I said, most of us already know, like Michael, Gabriel, the main angels that are mentioned like everywhere. You know, people are aware of those. But there are so many other angels that we can go to, that we can utilize to help us in our lives. So the two of you have prepared something to share about angels that you may not have heard of, or even if you heard, might not know anything about them. So they're going to share some of that with you. And, you know, it's good to get to know these angels. But the other thing I wanted to say is, even if you don't know the name to call out, if there's something that you need, something specific, you know, just say that. Say, you know, angels, I need the angel that's going to help me with this. So, you know, you don't have to know their name, but it's always good. We like to hear our names called, don't we? You know, we like when somebody says our name to us. So it's good to get to know them and, you know, be more aware of who they are. And if you're in the chat room with us, you know, you're welcome to chat with us and type in any questions that you have, any comments. Just go ahead and use your keyboard and do that. Welcome you, and thank you all for being here. Thank you those that are watching us on YouTube Live. We're so glad that you're here with us today too, and all those that will watch the replay. So I'm going to turn it over to the two of you, whoever wants to go first, or if you want to share together, however you want to do it. We're very informal here on Angelspeakers.
Well, I'm going to throw Danny out there first.
Thanks, Lisa Joe.
It's my pleasure, you know.
Right. All right. That's fine. I will let you guys know that I am doing this from my phone. I am not able to get my Sir Lancelot's laptop to like Google Hangouts. So we're doing this from my phone, so I can't see the chat. But I wanted to talk to you today about Archangel Raziel. And his name is spelled R-A-Z-I-E-L. And he's a pretty important archangel. He is the angel of psychic intuition, psychic insights. He is the angel who stands right next to God's throne. And he is kind of privy to everything that God is saying to anybody. And historically, he wrote everything that God said up until Adam and Eve were tossed out of the Garden of Eden down in a book, and it's called the Book of Raziel. And basically, it is everything that God knows in a book. Supposedly he gave it to Adam when Adam was kicked out of the Garden of Eden. And the other angels got real upset about that. And so they went and got the book from Adam and threw it in the ocean. And then God sent another angel named Rahab to go and get the book out of the ocean. And it passed to Enoch, and Enoch passed it on to one of his sons, who passed it on to Noah, and that's how Noah built the ark. So just a little history of Raziel there. Now supposedly King Solomon has the book, or had the book, and that's where we get where he became so wise that people came from everywhere to see him. So Raziel helps us with really deep inner mysteries, sacred geometry, quantum physics, things like that. He's a very intellectual type of, but spiritually intellectual, if that makes sense, about the spiritual things. He's very intellectual about the spiritual things. He's good with spiritual awareness, like I said, and psychic abilities. So if you are wanting to develop your intuition more, I've had people tell me, well, I just don't hear anything, or I just don't feel. Everybody gets the tingles, or they get the heat or whatever, and I just don't feel that. You can call upon Raziel, and he will totally open that stuff up for you and help you to get that understanding, and do it in your way. Not, just because so-and-so is clairvoyant doesn't mean necessarily that you should be clairvoyant. He helps you find your spot psychically. And he is also wonderful if anybody's into past life regression. He is the archangel to call on for that. He's very protective. When you're doing past life regression, he will keep you from getting anywhere that you shouldn't be. Yeah, that's kind of his thing. He's all about, psychic development, shamanism, Reiki, numerology and astrology. Numerology and astrology go right over my head. So for me to understand, or if somebody is doing my chart and says, well, your something and something is in this house, and I'm what? I can call on Raziel, and he will open that understanding for me. He's great because all of the incarnations that you have ever lived, he can take all of those lessons that you learned in each incarnation and condense them down to right now, and help you to understand those things, and help you bring that wisdom that you learned in other lifetimes or other incarnations into this here and now. So yeah, that's just kind of the brief about Raziel.
Thank you. I love Raziel.
That's a lot of information.
Yeah, and you're talking about he helps you when you go into the Akashic records. And one thing that I've learned that's come out is if you've made vows in those past lifetimes, anytime in the timeline, that he can help you with that. If you're wanting to clear that and cut the cords and just totally, start fresh, that you can do that, and he's the one that will help with that. And heals, when we talk about these angels, we talk about the color, you know, that's usually you can see when these angels are present. And I love it that Raziel's color is the rainbow. So it's like, it can be any color. You know, if you see multiple colors around, or start noticing the multiple colors when you're trying to communicate with Raziel, that's his essence. You know, he's so colorful and he's so just beautiful. I love Raziel. I love communicating with him.
Well, and one of the things you can do if you are into being very specific or ritual, you know, being more ritualistic, and I don't, not like in the weirdness, but he likes the yellow candle, so you could light a yellow candle for him and ask him to, for whatever knowledge or wisdom or understanding that you're trying to get. The yellow candle is good. For those that are into crystals and stones, chevron amethyst is his favorite, is what he's told me. Yeah, they come and talk to me a lot. But he also likes labradorite, which I wear a labradorite constantly. And prehnite is also another one of his stones. And he's very much associated with the third eye chakra. So if you are wanting to really open that up, you can call on him and he will help you open that third eye up to really see and know spiritual stuff and just empathic stuff. If you're an empath, you should be calling on Raziel every second that you're awake. Really, he is your angel, kind of thing.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Danny. That was great.
You're welcome.
I appreciate all that information. So, Lisa Jo, you're front and center.
I'm front and center. I don't know if I can do as well as Danny did. She just knows all this stuff. That's so good.
Comparison. This is all you need.
Well, it's all about learning, though. You know, it's
Right.
I know who he is and everything, but I didn't know some of the information that she had spoke of. So that was really good to get that additional information. And I do have a labradorite that little labradorite heart. So I think I might actually put that on my third eye to try to connect with him. You think that's a good idea?
Fabulous. He's over here so I also not just channel them, but I see them. And he's over here like watching this whole process going, yes, tell her yes. so yes.
Well, I guess I think I will be doing that later today, Jen.
Awesome.
I will. I'll connect with him definitely. So I chose Archangel Jophiel, and I have worked with her a little bit, but I really wanted to connect with her energy last night. So one of the ways that you can connect with any of the archangels is the intention to actually connect with them. And you can also ask them to come and allow you to feel their energy. So you can ask Archangel Jophiel, well, that's what I did last night. I asked her to let me feel her energy. And I actually felt this kind of uplifting energy and some tingles. I felt like she was giving me a hug. And I felt kind of pretty at that point. Very odd to say that, but she is, her name actually means beauty of God. And she's listed as one of the 7 principal of our archangels, and she's definitely has the feminine energy, and she is the patron of artists. And her mission is to bring beauty to all aspects of our life, you know, to make us look at things in more beautiful. For example, this morning I got up really early to at least wake up so that I was able to put some makeup on and look kind of nice. And all of a sudden I found myself, I usually would just put a t-shirt on, but I had this little top and it's all flowery, and next thing I know I'm picking out my earrings. I'm like, okay, well maybe I should do some makeup. And So it just kind of felt like she was there with me, encouraging me to, on my outer beauty, but also for the inner beauty that's in each of us. She helps you hold on to positive viewpoints about your life and circumstances. And she does work with us in our relationships. And she allows us to feel gratitude and joyfulness. And one of her main things is the aspects of self-care. And she doesn't want you to feel guilty, but she wants you to know that you're worthy of that special treatment, as though because I think sometimes as women, we sometimes put ourselves on the back burner as we take care of our children and our family. And at least for me, I've always kind of put myself on the back burner. So it was kind of nice to be able to connect with her. And I haven't worked with her a lot one-on-one, but I do recognize when she is around me, because I all of a sudden, if I start thinking about I need to really kind of clean up my house a little bit. She's also known as like the feng shui angel. And she will help you declutter, get rid of things that you no longer serves your purpose, to declutter your house. And it's not like a chore, but it's like something you are going to do to improve your life, to allow these energies to go through your home easier without being distracted with a lot of clutter around the house. And she is really good if you want to quickly shift from a negative to a positive mindset. If you have misunderstandings with other people, you can ask her to help you bring beauty, within that relationship, and to she just wants you to will help you with your misunderstandings with people that you love. Her color is deep fuchsia, or a deep dark pink. So if you see splashes of glitter or sparkles within this pink, it's another way to know that she's around. Her particular gemstone is rubellite, or a deep pink tourmaline. I know I didn't say that right. And one of the things I did find out that I thought was interesting is on the astrological signs, Libra is who she also connects with, and they're the lover of beauty and orderlessness. So, and then a prayer that you could do for her would be like, Dear Archangel Jophiel, thank you for helping me to beautify my thoughts and my life and my relationships. So, but I did feel kind of pretty this morning, and usually it's like, that's not, usually I don't care about my makeup lately, and so I did think that was kind of special, since I had chosen her to get up, and all of a sudden I was like, okay, I think I look pretty today.
You do look beautiful today.
Oh, thank you. You like my earrings?
I love your earrings.
I know, they're so cute. I haven't worn these in a long time, so I definitely could feel her around me this morning.
Yeah, she's beautiful. I relate to her so much, because she does help us declutter. And, I'm a Virgo. So as Virgos, we like things orderly, and everything has a place and everything in its place. Just follow, I live in a small space, so it has a tendency to get a little, stacked up and cluttered. But I always, when I find that that's really bothering me, I always say, okay, Jophiel, let's do some house cleaning, And she's always, I feel her presence. She's just, wants you to feel comfortable. And when you have things decluttered, that's what happens. You get more comfortable. You get more, that feeling of just happiness in your space where you're at. And that's what that's all about, is just, that beauty of just being okay where you're at, and okay with yourself. And like you said, Lisa Jo, in the mirror, seeing, okay, I look beautiful today. you know, and the more we can say that to ourselves, the more that's going to get ingrained inside of us and help our inner child say, oh, I'm pretty, you know, so I'll be in a really uplifting, you know, vibration. My vibration will be a lot higher and to other people. I love Jophiel. I've done a guided meditation with her, and that is on YouTube for anyone that would like to go and listen to that. Meditations on there with the archangels, and she's one of my favorites. I love doing that meditation because, you know, it just takes you to that place of just really seeing your beauty inside, but also seeing the beauty that's surrounding you.
And with today's society and stuff, I think actually feeling beautiful is really good because, like you said, it allows you to have the higher vibration. And who doesn't like to be told they look nice? And it, you know, and as far as decluttering, I think I will use her a little bit more, and maybe I'll be happy about getting rid of stuff and those attachments that we have with those items. And it's when you have those attachments to items, it's like, do I really need this, or am I just keeping this for my own memory, or it allows me to connect with somebody. And sometimes it may be something that's from your past, but you maybe don't really want to go there. And it is good to, I think she helps you realize it's good to get rid of that so that you can move forward. And you can still have that memory within your mind. And you don't necessarily have to have that item to remember that memory.
That's a good point, Lisa Jo. You know, everything has energy. So
Yes.
all of our things that we surround ourselves with have an energy. And so, you know, pay attention if there's something that's you're feeling like a lower vibration energy from something. Pay attention to that. And it's like, what is that? You know, what's going on with that item? And maybe it is time, you know, to throw it out. Maybe even going through your closet and throwing out clothes that hold an energy, you know, an upward vibration that you no longer relate to. So thank you for bringing that point up. Yeah, I like that.
You're welcome. Danny, are you back there?
Yeah, my leg was going to sleep. I'm sitting on my couch all nice and comfy, and my leg was going to sleep, and I went to move it. And, of course, because it's asleep, I didn't get it right, and I smashed into the laptop, knocked the phone over. Oh, my goodness.
You told us not slip and slide.
There we go.
Yeah, so I think I'm about adjusted again. Yeah.
So, Danny, do you have a relationship with Jophiel? Is this an angel that you were familiar with already?
Yes. She's actually one that I teach about in my Archangels class, meeting the Archangels class here in Milwaukee. In fact, we're going to be working with her next week. I'm a neat freak. I clutter drives me crazy. But she's also been teaching me to see the beauty in my clutter. I have the tiniest space. I should show you guys sometimes. The tiniest space for my home office. It's also 2 separate altars and storage for just everything that I need to have. But it's this one little corner of my living room, and it just gets overwhelmed with stuff. But it's her space. It's her space. My crystals end up over there. Any little statues that I get, for whatever reason, little knick-knacky things all end up over. And it's like she likes having all that stuff close by, you know. So she likes having the pretties. She likes to have the pretties, you know. That's the energy I get from her. But she's also great. When I first moved in here, you know, it was a bachelor pad for the first 9 years that my guy lived here. So, you know, it was a bachelor pad. So, of course, when I moved in, first thing I did was start just washing walls and ceilings and, scrubbing things down really good. Um, and I think she helped me with that. I didn't go in and destroy his place. I just Dannyized it. But
And beautified it.
I beautified it. Yes, it's very cozy now. People like to come over, and even though it's small, it's very comfortable. People like to come and hang out. I had my crystals class here, and we had people sitting on the floor in the living room. People hanging at the table. It was great. But I think that's because Joe Fiel was here beautifying the place up.
Absolutely. The other thing, one thing that I do is I make dream catchers, and you can see the dream catcher hanging behind me, well, you can see part of it anyway.
And they're moving. The feathers are moving.
Yes.
Again.
My spirit guides move the feathers, and angels move the feathers around. But when I go to make these, I always ask Joe Fiel to help because it's so pretty. And I don't take credit for that. It's like just the angels work through me. Spirit works through me. So anything that I'm creating, it was inspired by spirit. And I've noticed sometimes, she'll just make the prettiest dream catchers. And I'm like, I just look at them and I'm going, wow, that's really beautiful.
I can't sell that.
I'm keeping it.
Yeah.
They can have this one.
Yeah, but it's so interesting, and it's so great to get to know these angels, like I said, and know who we can call on. So now you know a little bit better two of our wonderful archangels, Raziel, who can help us with whatever we need as far as getting more in touch with our past and our present, but want to learn things that are affecting you this lifetime from a past lifetime. Okay. Then definitely call on Raziel to help with that. And then Joe Fiel, if you need to find more beauty in your life, maybe that's something that you're just lacking, something that you're not seeing beauty in things around.
Do we lose her again?
Oh, I don't know.
There she is.
There you are.
Yeah. So it's great to be able to do this, and I thank both of you for being the guests today and for sharing these wonderful angels with us. And Lisa Jo, before you go, I just want to mention again hosting the Archangels. I know we talked about it last time you were on the show with me, but if you would just take a minute with that and just share with people how they can host the Archangels in their home.
The Archangels group is on Facebook called Hosting the Archangels, and you invite 6 of the Archangels into your home, which is Raphael, Michael, Gabriel, Metatron, Uriel, and Ariel. And you welcome them into your house for 5 days and nights. And while they're there with you, you can experience them. And you're not worshiping them, you're just giving them thanks for helping you within your life. And it's a very wonderful experience. And we have monthly group hostings that you can participate in. And through the group, there is an ongoing search of new hosts. So you're welcome to come and join the group there. And you can also find me with Healing Light with Lisa Jo on Facebook, or healinglight.com. And you can also find me on Angelspeakers as well.
Thank you. And I just hosted the Archangels last week. They left my house last Tuesday. And it was such a wonderful experience. Again, I've done it, I think, 3 times now. I have to go back and really look at that. But, every time is different. So don't think that, it's a one-time deal either, because you can, wait a little while what you have asked for, because that is something you do while they're here. You ask 3 wishes of them, and those wishes are self, for your family, and for Mother Earth.
Yes.
saying I'm hosting the Archangels right now because we actually do hosting the third week of the class. I teach about hosting the Archangels. I've been doing hosting the Archangels for almost 3 years. And so one thing I love to tell my students about that is the angels are around us 24/7, 365 from the second we're conceived until the second we're buried. But this time of hosting the Archangels, that 5 days, is a time of bringing your own awareness to a where you're saying to, hey, I'm really going to be aware for the next 5 days of these angels around me, and specifically these 6 angels around me and in my home. So I just like to make that known that it's not like the angels actually leave and you're on your own. They're all around us all the time, but this is a sacred time of awareness of them and connecting with them. You know, it's kind of it's just to bring us more focus. And this time has, well, and every time, I can't say just this time, but this time has been more emotional. Like I've been crying more than, and I think it's releasing with the shifts in the energies and everything that's been going on. It's been like the angels have been just like, here, let us love on you, just big time. So it's been really awesome. Yeah. And I really encourage people to host.
Yeah, that was me too this time, Danny. It was very emotional for me, and I was going through a lot of release, you know, and things that I was dealing with. And it was like as soon as they came through the door, when you open the door and let them in, yeah, that's part of the ritual. And as soon as they came in, I just sat down with them and I'm just crying and just going through all of this release. So yeah, it's a beautiful time, like you said, of you knowing that closer to them, you're connecting more with them at that high time, and it's just beautiful.
And if you already have a relationship with them, it just makes it even broader. It allows them to come into you, and you can, you know, pick one day and do one archangel, and it's just wonderful. You know, the very first time that I hosted, I couldn't stop laughing. I just was just like a little kid. I just kept laughing, and I felt so much joy. And like you said, it's different every time you do host. But it is a unique experience, and you can ask them to go with you. They actually have a sense of humor, and a lot of people don't know that. And of course, they're not humans, but they do like to make us laugh at ourselves. And it is a great joy to have them around us as well.
It is, and I'm glad you said that, Lisa Jo, because the last night that I had mine here, I took them to darts with me. I'm like, okay, guys, I have to go to darts. So come on, we're all going to darts tonight. And I played the best that I had played in so many years, probably. It was like I couldn't miss, you know, whatever I was aiming at, I couldn't miss it.
Those darts had angel wings.
So I'm going to call on them every week now when I go to darts. I'm like, okay, angels, here we go.
Excuse me.
There you go.
Yeah. So again, I want to thank you both. We're out of time, but I want to thank you for being here. I thank the wonderful listeners and in the chat room. Thank you for being there. And I hope you all have a blessed day. There's no radio show tonight for Angel Speakers, but tomorrow night, Karen Palmer will join me at 6 o'clock on Blog Talk Radio. You can look that up and /Angel Speakers. And we will talk about raising the vibration, and Karen does readings on that show. So join us for that. And then Angel Speakers TV will be back on Friday at 11 a.m. Brandy Mullen is my co-host, and we talk about gratitude, which is a wonderful thing to talk about. I'm grateful for all of you, and I'm grateful for you, Lisa Jo, and for you, Danny, for being here today with me. Thank you both.
Thank you for having me.
Yep, thanks for having me too. I appreciate it.
Okay, bye now. I love you.
Bye. Love you.